Your on-call engineer just got paged at 2 a.m. Instead of logging into AWS Console to figure out what broke, the Slack message already tells them exactly what happened, which metric crossed the threshold, and has a direct link to the alarm. By the end of the video, you will have this running in your own AWS account in under 30 minutes. So this is how you're gonna receive alarm. So if you click on here, so you can straight away jump to that alarm. So if you check in here, we got two states. In critical state, you got with this emoji, and then once it is in OK state, you're gonna see it's a reserved warning. So you're gonna see alarm name as well here. So that's how you're gonna see. So let's build this. To create a CloudWatch alarm, and we already do have an instance here, and then we need to create SNS topic as well Lambda function. So let's jump in. If you go to Lambda functions, and then just search for search Lambda, and then once you land here, click on create function, and then say Slack alerts. You can put any name. So we are going to go with Python 3.14. That's the latest and stable Python version, Python runtime we have in AWS. So don't go with the older versions because AWS is not gonna support them soon if you have an older versions. So Python 3.14 would be fine. And then we need a role over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to search IAM. Otherwise, let's go with creating a new role, create function. So once you create this function, we need to have this Python code. So this is the code that does all the magic. So we just need to give this Slack webhook URL. So we are not hard coding it. So we are going with environment variables. So that's the best practice. Instead of hard coding it, we can give it as a env. And then here we have this variable with the two dictionary values. One is alarm and one is OK state. So when it is in the alarm state, you're gonna receive this emoji. If it is okay, you're gonna see result symbol. And then we have this function, so it's gonna get a region from ARN. So for instance, if you have this SNS topic, you're gonna guess because we need to fetch that region, which region it's getting from. Because once it builds it, it's gonna create a link. So that's what we have seen in the beginning. So once you click on that link, it's gonna redirect to that alarm. So that's why we need to fetch that region. So that's where that region is gonna come in here. So that's how it works. And then it's gonna return these attachments with the markdown values, and then it's gonna send alarm to Slack. So you can see payload over here. So this is the Lambda handler. So that's everything. So just grab this code. Let's go to function, accept, and just delete this default code. Control A, then delete it and paste it, then deploy. So once you deploy it, we need to supply this this as the environment variable. So grab this and then go to function and then click on configuration, and then here you can see environment variables. Click on edit, add env, and then paste it. The value, you need to go to Slack. So if you don't have Slack, just sign up for it and then go to api.slack.com/apps. So this is where we're gonna create app. Click on create an app from scratch. I'm gonna say AWS alerts workspace, and then click on create. So once you create it, then jump into incoming webhooks, activate it, and then click on add new webhook. And then here you need to choose a channel. So let's create a channel here. So click on this plus symbol, channel, AWS CloudWatch Alerts. So that's the channel. I'm going to make it public. So now you got the channel. So if you go back here, just cancel it, click on incoming webhooks, add new, and then choose that, allow. So once you do that, you're gonna get a webhook URL. So this is the one. Just copy it. Let's go to here and paste it. Now we are done with this function setup. Let's go to SNS, and then click on topics. Just create a topic. Go with standard, and then just name it anything. Create topic. So once you do that, you need to subscribe it. Click on create subscription, and then here you got different options. You can receive these alerts on email, SQS. If you have any page activity endpoints, you can go with HTTPS, and then SMS if you want to receive. So in our case, AWS Lambda we have. Click on here and just choose a Lambda function, and then click on create subscription. So if you go to AWS Lambda again, so now in the configurations section, if you go to click on general configuration, this function usually times out after 3 seconds. So if this function doesn't finish execution within 3 seconds, it's gonna time out. So that's why just increase this timeout to 40 seconds. Sometimes for network delays it takes more than 3 seconds, so that's why I increase it, this timeout. So that looks good now. Now let's go to SNS. We're done with this subscription as well. You can see confirmed. Now let's create an alarm. Click on once you're in CloudWatch, click on alarms, and then create alarm. Select metric, and then choose. You can monitor these many things. You can monitor ECOs, RDOs, uh, secret manager, route 53. You can monitor many of these things. So I'm just gonna go with EC2 for now, and then per instance metrics. So let me grab this instance ID. So in this case, I'm gonna go with CPU monitor, CPU utilization. So check this one, CPU utilization, select. So I'm just gonna go with a period 30 seconds is fine because I don't want to wait much time, much longer. So let's choose. I'm just gonna go with 15%. Just to test it. Usually we go to 80, 70, 80, 90. So, but this is just a testing thing. So just go with 15. Next, and then here you can choose existing topic. So if it is in alarm, it's gonna trigger this one. I'm gonna add one more notification. If it is in OK state, so it's gonna trigger the same topic, because in our Lambda code we got two of them. So if it is alarm state, it's gonna use this value, this key, alarm key, and this value. And if it is in OK state, it's gonna use this key and it's these values. So that looks fine now. Now click on next. Just give it a name. Alarm warning CPU utilization is more than 15%. I'm gonna say just 15%. So click on next. At the moment it's less than 10%. That's fine. Now click on create alarm. So it's less than 15%, so you're not going to see any alarm. So if you check in here, that looks good now. Now what I'm going to do, let's connect to this machine first. Just grab this public IP. I do have password authentication for this machine, so SSH Ubuntu, and then so now we are in. Just do sudo su. So let's install stress. Just gonna run apt update apt install stress -y. It's been done now. You can run the command stress. So you can see example, just grab it, paste it, and I'm just gonna put more than 10 seconds. So let's say 10,000 seconds. Now it's gonna put pressure on CPU, and then you can see this alarm in alarm state once it reaches 15%. Then you're gonna get a notification here. If you click on this CPU or this alarm, you can see here as well, still 0.44. Even you can check that in instance, and then monitoring. Click on this CPU. If you want larger, you can click on here and check every 5 seconds. Now it's going up. It's still insufficient data, that's fine. If you check in here, still you don't see anything. Let's wait for a while. Now it shows here more than 30%. So I'm just gonna control C here. It still shows insufficient data. In the UI sometimes it may take, now you can see in alarm state. So if you check in CloudWatch, Slack, you got the notification here. So it says this alarm warning CPU utilization is more than 15%. So you can see this was the threshold, 15%. So it reached one data point more than this one, and then it went to OK to alarm state. So even you can click on here. So straight away you can go to that alarm. So we already stopped that pressure, that stress. Then soon it's gonna come back to OK state. So if you check in here, now you can see it's less than 15%. If you click on alarm, it's in OK state. If you go to Slack, now you can see resolved. Warning CPU utilization more than 15%. It says resolved. Of course, this message is coming from our Python function. If you check in code, so this is where you're getting it from. That's fine. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching.